wonderful whiskey lovers, it's Jesse with Metal Whiskey Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Bowmore 15 Year. It is a Islay whiskey off the southwest coast of Scotland. It is 43% ABV, and it was finished in Oloroso and sherry casks. So all my reviews, they're completely subjective, and what I taste might not be what you taste. What I smell might not be some of the notes that you smell, and the score that I give might not be the score that you give. So all this is completely objective. So this bottle has been open for about 2 weeks. It's about halfway gone. So this time really allows the whiskey to breathe and oxygenate and really give it a new depth that it didn't have initially when I first opened it. So when I first opened it, I don't know, I really wasn't too impressed with this one. The word that I would use to describe this when I first opened it was very sharp. All the notes were very subdued because it was kind of overwhelmingly sharp. It wasn't well rounded at all. So on the nose, when I first opened this, like I said, it's very sharp, kind of like my girlfriend's fangs. No, I'm kidding. My girlfriend doesn't have fangs, and I don't have a girlfriend. Anyway, so the nose, very sharp. It is a little peaty, not quite as peaty as I would have expected from an Islay whiskey, and a Bowmore. The Bowmore 12, I feel like, had a little more robust peat than this one did, even now after it's been given time to breathe for a while. Also, I got like a dark fruit, very earthy. When I added water, I got kind of a dark honey, maybe like a dark dried honey, and a vanilla from it. And also, when I first opened it, not only was it very sharp, but I could smell, it was almost like a new fresh wood, which I sometimes get when I first open up a whiskey. With some of them, I mean, not all of them obviously, but with this one, I got that new fresh wood. After it's been open for a while, or after some whiskeys have been open for a while, I get more of a aged wood, or maybe a drier wood. When I first opened this, the taste I got, so initial wave of peat, but like I said, in the nose, it was a little more delicate, and that peat quickly dissolves. It doesn't linger very long. So I found when I first opened it, it was slightly harsh at 43% ABV. But now that it's been open for a while, it's definitely simmered down a little bit on that end. The finish, I got a light sweetness, vanilla. That new wood came back out on the finish. It was very dry. That's probably from the Oloroso and sherry cask. Let's see. Oh, and that lingering wood bitterness, which also probably came out from the sherry wood. But so now that it's been open for a while, let's see if I can get anything else out of this one. So it's still a little sharp, and that might just be from, I don't know, the sherry cask maybe. But you can definitely tell that it's rounded off a little bit. Like, what I didn't get before when I first opened it was kind of this leather smell. Kind of has a new leather smell to it. But everything else is there, but everything is kind of in these thin layers. And I remember this one, even now, I remember this one kind of took me a while to gather all these notes from, because the layers seem so close together. But I definitely like the smell a lot more than I did when I first opened it. So let's give it a taste. That's excellent. I feel like the peat sticks around for a little bit longer. The earthiness is coming out, and I didn't really notice this when I first opened it, but it is kind of briny, which makes sense for an Islay whiskey. I tend to get that from all the Isleys that I've tasted. So briny, salty, earthy, and that peat seems to linger a little bit longer than it initially did. And on that finish, one thing I didn't get before was that leather kind of seems to come back out in the finish. I don't think I really get anything extra out of this whiskey, but I certainly like it a lot more than I did when I initially opened it. So when I first opened it, I rated this one at a 5.8, which is, I think, maybe one of the lowest scores I've actually given a whiskey. But now that it's had time to breathe, and since it's been exposed to the oxygen for about 2 weeks now, I would definitely give this a higher rating now. But now that this one's had time to breathe, the rating, I feel like, has gone way up. So with the nose, I would give it a 7, taste an 8, and finish a 7, which would give this one overall of a 7.3. Yeah, when I first opened this, I didn't think I'd probably ever buy another bottle of this. But now that it's had time to breathe, I could see myself getting another bottle of this. Although I still enjoy the Bowmore 12 more, even though I'm looking back and I give the Bowmore 12 a 7. So with whiskey, it's one of those things where, like I said before, it's very subjective. Even day to day, I might feel differently about a whiskey than I do the next day. With the Bowmore 12, if I drink it right now, maybe I'd like it more, maybe I like it less. Tomorrow I might like this one a little less, or I might like it a little bit more. But today, in particular, this is kind of how I'm feeling. I think if I were to drink it tomorrow and the next day, my assessment of this whiskey might be a little changed, but I don't think it would change too drastically. But I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to probably enjoy more whiskey today, so later.